Good morning. Just a couple of updates on the Lavender Creek farm here. We have lots of blackberries coming in and just picking a couple for breakfast, but you can kind of see the patch is doing really good. I've worked hard of trying to bring it down to a manageable level and clearing some paths so I can go through and pick, not like last year where I couldn't. So I'm really happy with the way it's turning out, and it'll be a whole lot easier to prune this patch um, next year. And our grapevines and blueberry bushes, we just planted them last year, so they're just kind of getting established, and I have tried to keep them tame and going in the right direction. And then I was advised that once they are completely dormant, say around February, that's when I really shape them and how I want them to grow for next season. And then our raised bed garden is starting to perk up. Very interesting experiment here. So this garden bed, you guys saw me put it together. This was soil from Lowe's, and I've got these peppers here. The tomatoes are finally starting, but the peppers are pretty late. And at the same time that I planted this bed, I planted this bed of peppers here, and these tomatoes. And then this soil was all from my compost pile. So I think it's pretty interesting to see the pepper plants, because these pepper plants here, these bell pepper plants that are, a solid 2 feet tall, are the same kind and planted the same time as these that are about 10 inches tall. And the only difference is the soil, because they get the same light and watering outdoors. So I thought that was pretty interesting. I've already been having some bell peppers and tomatoes from this side. And then here we have our grapevine, the one that is 100 years old, that came back. I wasn't expecting anything from it. I do have a little cleanup to do in here, and then also some correct pruning, but we're getting lots of growth and grapes and bringing in the pollinators. So again, very happy with that. And our little AirBnB has been busy. I haven't had a day. Well, there's a day in between guests, so it can get cleaned and refreshed. So we have a guest coming in this evening. But since opening it, the only days I've had unoccupied are the days in between the occupants to clean. So I'm very excited about that. And if you have family coming in that want a fun, nice place to stay that's quiet and secluded and not a hotel, you can just check out Lavender Creek on Airbnb. It's a tiny house. Now this is interesting. I have pumpkins in July, so I wasn't expecting that, but here they are, and they're not ready to pick yet, but I'm just blown away. So I don't know what I'm gonna do. I mean, look at that. That thing's huge. It's probably about the size of 2 basketballs. I don't know if you can see it on here, but I've got a whole patch of these pumpkins. So they'll be coming early for the Halloween, just like the stores right now. They're already putting out Halloween stuff, so I guess maybe the pumpkins have figured that out. But they go all the way down here, and it's just kind of fun to watch them grow. And then still have some crazy squash. I can't pick it all. I can't give enough of it away. I can't eat enough. I can't even can enough. My freezer's full. But fun over here too is our little watermelon patch. and they're doing great. These are the little sweet rounds, and they're not ready to pick either, but boy, we're looking forward to that. We do eat a lot of watermelon, so that'll be fun. Here's one little tiny one, and the rest of the patch over here. There's a fun pumpkin, just kind of getting its orangey color from being green. And that's pretty much that patch. And then over here we have our hops, which are doing great. They're just growing away, and it's our first year doing hops, so we're trying to be on top of it and make sure everything's going right. They're not quite ready to pick yet. The little hop itself, right? That's what you pick, and it starts off kind of looking like this, and then it gets all these little, let's see if I can find one, all these little hairs on it, like that, and then it turns into the flower. And according to our research, when the flower starts getting like a brown tip like that and a little spongy, then you're looking at ready to harvest. So these are all hops, and it's been a fun project this year. The fruit trees and everything, they had kind of a dormant year, but I'm gonna prune them, and then it's time for me to fertilize them. So I'll fertilize the apple trees and fig trees and pear trees and plum trees here probably this weekend, and that should set us up for a good harvest for next year. Willows are doing good. And we're back to the berry patch, and I'm gonna pick some now, and then I'll show you some flowers here a little bit later. So done picking and over in the backyard now, and I have a couple of little different flower beds and herb gardens. Most of my herbs are in the front yard, in the porch, but I have some back here too. And what you see here is lavender, and of course lamb's ear. I've got some, this is like my rescue pot, little sage and mint and a little peach tree back in there. And this is one of the bushes I just love, this sage bush, and it has great production, and it's probably a good 15 years old. Some more lavender, pretty little flowers and things. Nice little oasis back here. And then this area got a little overgrown and neglected during the garden crazy time, but you can see it's flowering really well, and things are coming back to life. They've been pruned down and coming back, so excited about the progress of all of this. So these are just some of the backyard flowers and oasis. We do get a number of hummingbirds that like to come here, and little bees come and get something to drink. But yeah, just fun things to play around with, and just create beauty in different little spaces.